fireplaces. It's hard to carry on when you feel all alone. Now I've swung back down again. It's worse than it was before. If I had seen such riches, I could live with being poor. Oh, sit down, oh, sit down, oh, sit down, sit down next to me. Sit down, 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 sympathy.
Evening, everybody. Evening once again. Last night, mental shows all round with these guys, the absolute legends that are, and Lee, who will be here shortly. Jack, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm all good, bro. I'm all good. It was nice being on stream with you guys yesterday and that. Just been watching the football, really. Keeping up with all the Palace news and that. And just been waltzing around the football YouTube community.
Facts, mate, facts. Matty, you were very passionate last night, bro. Spoke absolute facts. Absolute facts. Mate, how's your day been so far?
It's been outstanding. When you know what's coming, it's easy for you to you've already accepted it. So I'm fine with it. But what I have enjoyed is, as Jack stated, I've been in the YouTube streets today as well. And I've been out looking, and I'm seeing all of the U-turns. I'm seeing Arsenal fans having to go at Tottenham. But the problem is we're in the same boat as Tottenham. Because what are they winning this year? Nothing. What are we winning this year? Nothing. So, you joke about a team that hadn't won the title in 40, 50 years. We hadn't won it in 20. And today's the anniversary, Kenny, Jez, of when last time we won one. So, I just find it ironic that we're all laughing at Spurs when mostly everybody else is laughing at us. So it's what it is,
Yeah, I mean, that was a proper song, man. Proper song. The Arsenal used to sing. This one now, well, we're all North London United now. So, it's all good and happiness. No, anyway, we're going to get into it. Kenny. I mean, your day been good, bro?
It has, it has. But, the thing is that, there's going to be a lot of reminders of what we've missed out on. And I don't think it's just the fact that, the prospects of City, winning the title. But the FA Cup finals can be hard to watch, but I watch it because I love football. I'm such a football addict. That's going to be hard to watch. The European Cup won't be so much hard to watch because I kind of expected us to get where we did. In fact, I think we probably overachieved by getting the thing. But the FA Cup final, it's hard to watch because I think that's something we could have taken seriously. We take that chance against Liverpool, would have won it. And the league, it's hard to watch because these are trophies. I do think that Arsenal, should be competing in the league. As far as concerned, it's so painful because City didn't win the title this year. They didn't win the title last year. We lost the title both times. And that's no disrespect to City. It's just that it's just a self-critique of us, of where we went wrong. Because anyone who saw us throughout the whole season shouldn't be deluded to think that, that we didn't have a chance to beat City and that City are so unbeatable. We had a chance, we fluffed their lines.
Fact, mate. Fact. I totally agree with you on that. Van Moss, you're not upsetting anybody, mate. I might upset the chat here. I do not mean to, but looking at the shambles of the Arsenal fan base this week, I agree. I genuinely believe Arsenal should be stripped of their big club status. And, mate, it's a laugh. Seriously, I've never seen anything like it in my lifetime. I never have. And I'll just say big up to all the people that have come over from Lee's channel, mate, for the Lee raid. Thank you for that. And thanks to all of you that have subbed from as you've come across and joined. Bring Lee in. Mate, Lee, thanks for joining us, as always. Great streams today you've done. I've watched it all the way through. And thank you for sending your followers over to me. and some of them have subbed, I think. But mate, Lee, you can't make it up, can you? You can't make it up. I've seen it today. People backtracking now. I mean, young Jack, right? He just showed me something there that somebody out there, has come up saying the first goal De Bruyne was offside. VAR didn't see it. So what's this fella done then? Is he got better technology then than VAR?
Don't worry, man. Don't worry, man. Man like Babs out here shamelessly saying do it for Declan. Yeah, do it for Declan. Like, we've got them all out here saying do it for Declan. Yeah, mate, give it up. This lot will twerk and shake their bums for anyone, Jez. Yeah, they're giving it all the big one. Yeah, and I've said this on the show, that I've just done. Right, that North London derby is now ruined for the rest of time. Yeah, because it's not a North London derby anymore. For the proper fans, it is. Yeah, and we all see that game last night, and we see them shamelessly doing the Poznan when they scored. Yeah, them Spurs fans, and there were Spurs fans watching them doing it, not taking part in it. Yeah, they should have been kicking off. Yeah. And listen, I'm not advocating violence and all of that in games. Yeah, and Kenny, we've seen enough of that football, haven't we, mate? Yeah, Wenger in, Wenger out days. Yeah, right. Yeah, luckily I weren't involved because you were my bodyguard. Yeah, but real talk, yeah. Like, no wonder. Yeah, Arsenal fans get a bad rep online, and no wonder Tottenham are just a laughing stock in general. You got their manager coming out. He's the third manager now that has come out. Yeah, after Conte and Jose. And basically said this club ain't. He's basically said, reading between the lines, yeah, this club is shocking from top to bottom, is what he's saying, right? And that North London derby going forward, after everyone's giving it the big one about that's the best derby in British football and possibly in Europe, some of these fans have said, right? To now twerking for each other's, like twerking for Man City to beat them, and we're twerking for Spurs to get a result. Nah, come on, man. Going forward. For the real ones, like Kenny, who goes to the games, yeah, year in, year out, you look forward to them games, home and away, yeah, because you know what it means, right? Going forward, this online fan base can jog on, a lot of them, yeah, because they've buried that. They've buried that game, yeah, and I can't take it seriously. Listen, I've never seen them as my rival in the first place, and I know we've had debates on that. However, when we've been told we're fake and we can F off down the lane, and then they're all effing off down the lane last night, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't take you seriously. None of them. I couldn't anyway, but that's just confirmed everything I've said about them for 4 years under this manager and before, right? And then you've got their manager coming out. He looked broken man yesterday. Yeah, and if he's got any ounce of respect, he walks out of their football club. Yeah, and then he goes somewhere, and he could get a gig at Man United. He might even get the job at Liverpool if he hurries up. And if he takes Van der Ven with him, both of them clubs are instantly got better. Yeah, especially Man United. Maybe he's not as good as Klopp, but he's definitely better than Ten Hag. Yeah, and that Van der Ven is a top player, man. He's way too good for that club. Yeah, but that going forward, every time I do a watch along now, Jez, I'm just going to have one score, and every time either team scores, I'm just going to merge the score. So if it's 2-1, the score's 3. Yeah, and it's North London United. I'm not putting two names up. It's North London United with the badge I had up yesterday, and it's 1 score merged. That game is finished now. Yeah, you'd never see Glasgow Rangers and Celtic doing that. You'd never see all these other derbies around the world doing that. Nah, man. They've absolutely fucked that game. Sorry to swear, but they've effed that up, mate. Yeah, and all these fans that were shamelessly selling out yesterday, selling their souls for 48 hours, 72 hours, now want to sit there and go back to type about how crap Tottenham are. Yeah, now they're all blaming Son for why we've not won the league. And they're blaming VAR for Kevin De Bruyne being offside. He weren't offside. Yeah, how about blaming the manager for playing 29 in midfield for 20 weeks in a row?
Yes.
Yeah, because if he'd played him up front, I'm not a big fan of him. If he'd played him up front, we might have won the league. Let's just be real with it. Yeah, if he'd played him up front, we might have already won the league. If he'd beat Aston Villa, we win the league on Sunday. If he'd beat Villa and Fulham just once, we would have won at Old Trafford. Sorry, mate. These people have got no self-awareness and they've got no shame. It's anything to get the instant dopamine hit. Yeah, and we see that with that channel last night. Inside 2 minutes, Jez, and panel and chat, inside 2 minutes, he said the importance on this game, we had to shamelessly do a watch-along. We didn't have to do it on that channel. And by the way, that's had 3 times more views than their Man United watch-along. It's had 300,000 views and had 142,000 for the Man U game, which, by the way, is a bigger game. Because it's Arsenal Man United. Yeah, 2 of the 3 biggest clubs in England. Right? Yeah. And they've had nearly 3 times more views. Not only that, he also said Oh, and by the way, get your super chats in inside 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Tells you all you need to know about these people. All these idiots on Twitter with their blue ticks, and I'm one of them. Yeah, I'm locked out at the minute. Yeah, all shamelessly changing their badges, yeah, to Tottenham flags, yeah, and all of this crap because they're getting paid by Elon. Yeah, and maximum traction. They're getting all the interactions, thousands, millions of views. So they're getting the payday. Now they want to go back to what it was. No. You've all face revealed. Every single one of you. Yeah, and trust me, 14th of May 2024 will never be forgotten.
Honestly, mate, seriously. Well, today I've come up with a new thing now. Let's knock down the Emirates, right? Because we're all mates now. We're all Arsenal Spurs. We're all buddies, man. You know, we can all walk down White Hart Lane and go in the bars, and they can come down to us, and we'll all shake hands and hug and be all good buddies. Because that's it. North London, that is gone.
North London's pink, yes. North London's pink. Yeah. They've got a better stadium. So knock down the Emirates that's paid for anyway, because the Cronkies cleared the debt to themselves. Right? Smash that down, or even sell it. If we sell it, we've got a transfer kitty. How much would we get? 3, 4, 500 million for the stadium, perhaps? Turn it into a little concert. Yeah, the North London O2. Yeah. Then we're just going to merge with that lot. Yeah, the combined 11 plus the bench. We're balling. We could have Van der Ven and Adogi in our squad. We could have Maddison, Sarr, and Basuma on the bench. Yeah. We could have Son on the bench or in the start. We've got a great squad between us, haven't we? Yeah, no, all we need is a proper manager and a proper director of football and a proper owner, and we're cooking. North London is pink, lads. North London
we could all play
pink.
at Wembley together.
Well, you know, I've come up with a new name today. Arsenal Hotspurs. There you go. It's simple, boys.
Tottenham.
Tottenham. That's a good one. Because at the end of the day, you know, we all merged our badge. You know, we had the shield and we had a chicken on a ball in the middle of that. What is the mentality? And I'll come to the super chats in a bit, people. Thank you for your super chats. But Kenny, you're the same as me, man. You're the same as me about Arsenal, Tottenham. You know what it means, the pain, the hurt, the heartache when it all goes tits up. You know, and I'm still fuming about it. I mean, we threw the league away. We had it in our hand. We had it there, right? We had it, and we threw it in the bin. I called a cup. Somebody said to me, and so it's two questions really, Kenny, and I'll ask Matty the same one and Lee, yeah, right? I was told today, yeah, well, we're not good enough to win the league, so maybe we should concentrate on the cups. A big club like Arsenal, we're not good enough to win the league. We'll just concentrate on the cups.
Concentrate on everything.
What the hell is that about, man? I mean, Kenny.
Well, the thing about it is that maybe not today, or probably today, but definitely throughout the summer, whenever you watch a review of the season, the conclusion you're going to hear from a lot of our fans is one: first and foremost, we're in the right direction. We're moving in the right direction. We're going to be challenged from there on. We scored the most goals in a Premiership season. We've got the most wins in a Premiership season. That's what they're going to tell you, and that we should be, grateful what's coming on, and that Arteta's taken us from 8th to 2nd twice in the season. We challenged twice in the season. You know, sometimes you just can't compete with Pep, and maybe when Pep leaves, that's when Arsenal will win trophies. That's what you're going to hear. The second one you're going to hear as well is that from our fans, most importantly, is that you're going to hear about, well, how can we compete with City? You know, they're run by a state. They've got all those charges hanging over them. They cheated their way to the title. Although Pep Guardiola said on Sky, and everyone wanted to throw things at him, that Arsenal over the last 3 years has spent more money than Man City. I mean, that's something we've only been saying amongst ourselves. It's the irony of the whole situation. But, the thing with our fans as well, I was just talking to Jack off air, and I spoke to you guys off air. There's a world of difference between the match-going fan and the fan that you see on social media. And some of those match-going fans are on social media. You see them in person, they are nothing like their persona. I talk about this, the Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne persona, where they turn, respectively into Superman and then Batman, because they are nothing like the personas. You go to a game, it's not like that. It's not like that, especially in the ground. There are, the days of, certain people getting mobbed because of their social media presence is over. Yeah, there are going to be a few, photos in and outside the ground, but it's not at that kind of level. Right? The fan cams are still there, and they're still attracting people who don't go to games, but just want to make sure they're there for fan cams. But this thing that you go on the Daily Mail and you go into all these papers and they think, oh, all Arsenal fans on social are having a go at Postecoglou, the manager. And so you think, okay, they're going to go to the Emirates right now and say, you know what? They're going to pick a man from the street. No, what they do is they get a tweet from someone on Twitter and think, yeah, that's the viewpoint of the fan. It's not. It's not. It's just that people mistake social media for real life. They actually don't realise that social media only covers 0.7% of our fan base. But people are lazy. TV directors are lazy. TV producers are lazy. A lot of people who've got massive YouTube channels, social media presence, they just feel, oh yeah, he's got about that many subscribers. Let me get him on. And they're good. They're quite good. There's a lad from Man City, big lad. What's his name? Who sounds Bristolian. When I heard him talk about football on YouTube, I thought,
oh, you mean Mucho Más Movie with the Grand Tetas? Mucho Más Movie, the Bristol fan, yeah? Cool.
But the thing about it, when I do speak about football, he was saying the sort of same things I've been saying. I was thinking, well, he knows his stuff. But when he goes on, he has this sort of persona where, he goes on strangely. But that's the thing. Don't mistake social media for what happens in real life, because half those people who have got a big gob on social media, half of them stop going for financial reasons, for kids, or they fell out of love with the club, or they just can't go. They're somewhere abroad. So they don't make up the fan base. People just think that everyone who's on social media, especially the fan cams and the people like Lyle and his co, run the fan base. He doesn't run the fan base. There were thousands of Arsenal fans like us, millions, who refused to support Spurs. They wouldn't. There were some even said, if we're going to rely on that club for the title, now drop me out. It's done. We've done everything we can. But no one wants to hear from us. They only want to hear from the people who shamelessly put themselves forward, like Piers Morgan. People in the fan games. People who were just getting upset because Son missed a chance. And thinking that it affects Arsenal, getting upset for VR. But that's the world we live in there. There's very, very false perceptions, of people. But the funniest video out there, before I stop going on, is Expressions video. One of my mates, Spurs fans, sent me Expressions video. I couldn't stop laughing. It was the funniest thing ever, because everything he said was in jest, but it had a sting of truth for it. He started saying about, Lee was talking about North London United, and he said, look at you Arsenal fans, you sing North London forever. Now all of a sudden you want to sing North London together. And he just started rinsing, repeating on people. But it's true. The fact is, think about where we went wrong, and just think next season, because we have to talk about next season. What happens next season? What happens if City win it five times in a row? Where does that leave us? Where does it leave the manager? Because you can't keep on being unlucky like this. 5 years without a trophy, it's going to be next year. Where does the buck stop? When do we say enough's enough? When do we say, you know what, we've got to try something different? Because we keep on making the same mistakes in pressure situations. We keep on losing to teams that Man City will put away in their sleep. Let's face it, the teams that cost us the title, Man City has smashed them to pieces. All of them, with the exception of Aston Villa, who beat them at Villa Park. But all those teams that got in our way, Man City have ruined, hence the fact that
they smashed them at the Etihad 4-1. We lost 2-0 at them.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like Fulham. We lost 3-1 or 2-1 or whatever it was away. Yeah. And I think they beat him at home. We drew with 10 men. They had 10 men. Yeah. And West Ham, they've got them at this weekend. Yeah. Well, they ain't losing at the Etihad. Yeah, and I think they've already beaten us out away.
Well, you know what's up? Well, you know, there's an offensive Haaland to say, right, I've got 27 goals. I need to get me 30. Hat trick coming.
And there you go. Arsenal are live streaming Invincible documentary on YouTube. There you go. There, cover over the cracks, Arsenal. Don't worry about it. I'm just going to do like.
Yeah, Jez, it's 20 years ago today we won the league at White Hart Lane.
I remember it very well. I remember it very
back
well.
when we were a proper football club, and then since then we've been infested.
And I think it's an absolute shit show that they're actually doing that, because they're a disgrace, man. Roel, thank you, mate, for your super chat. Lee, are you having prayer along on Sunday? Yeah, come on, man. Yeah.
Raoul, I'll be having an emergency meeting and we'll be spitting facts. You already know this, brother. Big up to you, mate.
Yeah, could be a long night. Amar, thank you, mate, for your super chat. West Ham United have not taken a point at Man City since 2015. Yeah, but I'm going to come into this right now. Raoul, thank you, mate, again for your super chat. Av TV having a prayer along yesterday. Disgrace. That lot, mate, are the cancer. I called it. I had my scalpels yesterday. I was ready to cut the cancer out of this club. They are an absolute disgrace. You know, they are awful. Raoul, thank you again for your super chat. Most of your fan base tapped out yesterday. The moment they supported Spurs, North London derby in the bin. People like Piers Morgan, right, in a Spurs T-shirt. What is that about? I mean, that, mate, that has got to be the biggest piss take ever. JC says, I like you, Jez, but go easy on Turkish. Mate, I like Turkish. He's a top fella. I've nothing personal against him. All I said was, with what your narrative used to be, you're apologising to Arteta. For what? That's what I'm saying. I'm not having a go at the man, right? It's not personal. I'm not calling him out. I'm just saying, you changed your narrative. You're apologising to Arteta.
Can I just read this comment out real quick? Because there's somebody in the chat chatting bollocks here. Yeah, a bunch of disgruntled ex-AFTV employees. Number one, I wasn't employed. I've got paid 75 quid and 90 quid to do 2 different watch-alongs. That included my travel from Milton Keynes to central London, right? Not only that, you remember you wouldn't have a YouTube career without him. Yeah, you're just angry because he rejected your pay rise request. Shameless. And let me tell you something right now, because obviously you're on a fake account and you're pretending to be a female. Yeah, you're obviously a disgusting mutant from Mutantsville. Let me tell you right now, yeah? Let me tell you right now. I had a channel called Gunner Bang. Yeah, Gunner Bang. I had that channel on nearly 10,000 subs before I did my first ever fan cam, which was Stoke Away. Right? Not only that, that guy never once promoted my channel to anyone. And like I said, I got 165 quid out of that channel. That's it for 2 watch-alongs. Yeah, 2 watch-alongs. Yeah, for the Valencia game and for the Europa League final. Them 2, the semi-final and the final. That's it. Yeah. Not only that, the reason I left that channel was because the way they stitched up Claude. Well, thanks for your input, mate, but it is what it is.
My turn as well, because I've got to address that as well. I'm going to help you out here, mate. I've been doing social media long before I knew Robbie. In fact, Robbie set up AFTV in November 2012. 6 months before that, I was working with Sports Tonight Live with Darren Lewis, Lee Rossenia, Nigel Spatman. I was working also with, Kelvin McKenzie was employing me, and I was covering the Euros for that channel, and I was covering England games. That was in 2012. So I had a presence before that. So Robbie never, ever done anything for me. Secondly, as well, I've never wanted to ever be a YouTuber. In fact, I was doing podcasts. I've never once been on a podcast for AFTV. I actually attended those watch-alongs, and I didn't get a penny out of them. All I asked for Robbie was, well, Robbie wasn't there. I asked the AFTV employers for 2 things, just 2 things. A large duck fried rice with chili oil and some chicken wings. That's all I asked for.
Absolute facts.
And Lee was there. And what did I get? I got a pizza that
you got a pizza.
A pizza that basically was so hard that you can actually use it to throw through someone's window. And then the second time I asked for the same food, and I didn't they said, well, we can't get the Chinese because we can't get through the number. I said, all right, get me something else. So what they did is that instead of getting me KFC,
Did they get you a Happy Meal?
No, they got me a local chicken shop, and again, it was full of fat, and basically the wings were so hard that you can actually throw it and use it as darts. So that's all I got from it. Never got a penny out of Rob. And the reason why I stopped doing AFTV is because, you know, I don't really want to. It was a simple reason is that I couldn't be asked to do it because, you know, what use is Robbie to me, and what use am I to him? I don't want to be a YouTuber. I don't want to do his watch-alongs. So what's the bloody point? I'm not going to be a 50-year-old man going around, you know, to the Adam statue like a kid and going, Robbie, I got my train. Please interview me. Sod off. I won't do that, mate.
Facts. And can I just say one more thing as well? He's asking it, and he's not being a twat with it. JC says, why can't you guys exist without mentioning them? I'll tell you why, because it's fucking personal with him. That's why. Yeah, for what he did on that channel with an ex-super fan and that gold bitch who's got that other mutant channel, it's personal with both of them, mate. Yeah, the way they spoke about my friend. Yeah, and not only that, with the first mutant channel, the way they stitched up our friend. Yeah, Kenny. What they stitched him up, yeah, it's fucking personal. And I'm going to mention him every day. And if anyone don't like it, tough titties, mate. And not only that, also stitched up another friend of mine, but we won't speak about that yet. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah,
but Lee, there's a queue of people who had that sort of treatment from the guy as well. Look, let me tell you something now, right? Me and Lee know him, and if you knew what we knew, you wouldn't be up his backside. I'm so loyal to him, and we leave it at that.
Yeah, I just want to address this, and I've got another couple of super chats to do. Warren, why are you guys going for Turkish? I'm not. He's one of the realest and been calling out real issue for years, which is the Cronkies, and he's allowed to change his mind. The thing is, Warren, he's not calling out the Cronkies anymore. He's not calling them out. Yeah. So he's changed his narrative. That's all I'm saying, and I'm going to say no more about it anymore because I don't dislike him. I like him. I used to follow him. I used to watch. I sub to his channel, right? But at the end of the day, I don't think. To me, if I make a statement about something, I stick to it. That's it. And it's got to take an awful lot for me to change my mind. Now, all I'm saying, before I shut up talking about it, right, he was Arteta out. He apologised to Arteta. Sorry. What for? What has this manager actually achieved? What's he done? Oh, I've been told. Matty, I'm going to come to you on this one, right? I want to hear your view, right? Yeah. What, sorry, people telling me, yeah, but, Arteta's improved the club. He's improved, the whole setup of the club. It's more positive. The fans all they're all gelling. The team's a much better place to be. Great. Love it. But what have you fucking won, you prick? 5 years this November. What have you won, mate? Oh, hang on. Matty. We go again for the Community Shield. Back to back, maybe. Wow. Another dinner plate. Matty, what do you think?
Shout out to ESPN FC. Lee, we always have a joke about ESPN FC from time to time. They dropped something today on Facebook. Mikel Arteta has spent over $700 million in his 5 years at Arsenal and has won 1 FA Cup and 2 Community Shields. That's reality. That's the reality. 5 years. This morning, I had somebody, shout out to myself. I recorded a video last night up on the channel. Go check it out if you have not watched it. Go enjoy. One stooge rolls into the chat and says, well, where can we find a manager better than Mikel Arteta? Nowhere. So immediately I went out and I sat down and I've got some names. So get your pencil and your paper, everybody in the chat. So when someone says, well, who can do a better job? I've got a few names. You might not agree with the list, but for all intents and purposes, I have a list of names. Antonio Conte, Zidane, Lowe, Mourinho, Benitez, Flick, Spalletti, Allegri, Rijkaard, Marcelino, Michel, Adi Huta, Eric Roy, Francesco Ferrioli, Thiago Motta, Simeone Inzaghi.
Was Ancelotti on there?
And Ancelotti, we know he's not leaving Real Madrid. So Lee's not gonna let that happen. So I didn't even put that.
Lee's gonna hold him at gunpoint.
Yeah. I didn't even put that on the list. But there is a manager out there that can do a better job. And those are just the ones I put on that. I'm pretty sure the chat will probably load up with some guys that they'll throw on there. But these are just the meter that just came off the top of my head. This fan base, they absolutely eat up this manager. And he hadn't done anything. And I asked the same question I asked on my podcast. When is enough enough? When is it enough? When are people going to get tired of this, Jez? Chat? When are people going to get tired of this? Because we keep going through this over and over and over. And I said it last night and I'll say it again. Our fan base suffers from cognitive dissonance. And if you don't know what that means, go look it up. I guarantee you go look up the definition, you'll go, okay, yep, that sounds about like Arsenal fans. I've sat here today and I have listened to Arsenal fans. They go on and on and on about Tottenham Hotspur, about how they're failures. They hadn't won anything. They want to be like us. Well, right now we're rehearsing to be like them. What have we won? What have we done? When was the last time we won a title? Oh, it was 20 years ago today. I saw it. I saw it. I saw it last time. I actually saw it the last time. I seen the trophy go up in the air. I saw the bus, the celebrations, the party. I seen it. That was 20 years ago. We hadn't done anything. This manager has been here and has done absolutely nothing. All I heard last night, shout out to Deji Spurs. If you're watching this, Deji, shout out to you. Shout out to you last night because Igel got on there last night. And if Igel, you watching, you just have to eat this one, buddy. Got on there.
I saw that.
All of these numbers and stats and all this stuff. But at the end of the year, what is the one thing we've got out of all of that? Nothing. Better score. We've scored more wins than the Invincibles. What's the one thing that they had that we don't have this year? A trophy. A trophy. A trophy. That's the end game. It's all about trophies. And this fan base is all about feeling good. Look at yesterday. Everybody was going along to get along outside of the real ones. Everybody wanted Spurs. It was a love fest. And then when it didn't go their way, they started deflecting. Because that's what happens with our fan base. Artful dodging. They go looking around for everybody else, but they didn't go look in on Aston Villa. They didn't go look in on Spurs. They didn't go look in on Liverpool. They didn't go look in on Newcastle. They didn't go look in on Fulham. And now all of a sudden, everybody is sitting here. Everybody is sitting here moaning and groaning. Guess what? We did it last year. Lee, I set up late last night because my mind couldn't rest. So I went back to last year. Southampton, 3-3. Make your reservations for the Heartbreak Hotel. Every single thing we brought up in that fan count is exactly the same thing that's happened this year. And that was last year. Even went back further. I'd go all the way back to some old videos that I had recorded with some other people. And I said the same thing about this manager. And it still holds true today. We have not gone on any ground, serious ground, under this manager. None. And next season, y'all, I'm just telling you, Manchester City, they're going to make some adjustments. I watched that game yesterday, and I said to myself, he's going to speed that midfield up a little bit more next year. And he's going to add another strike up there just to pick up the pace a little bit because Haaland's a little bit slower foot. And I said, when he does that, it's going to be a game over. In the words of Charlie David Chappelle, it's going to be game blouses. Over. And then our fan base will then look around and they will see the re-signing of Jorginho We're probably going to re-sign another one of these clowns that's on the bench. And then we'll probably add in one decent player, not one world class, one decent player. And then people will think that's going to take us to the promised land. I got a news flash for you. Shout out to Warren's Team Talk this morning. He texted me this morning, and because I wasn't quite sure, Kenny and Jez, you can verify this if I'm correct. We have never defended the title 3 times in a row, correct? And we've never defended it in our history, correct? Am I right? Right in that? Never. This team has done it.
30s, we won it 3 times.
Yeah, not the Premier League. Not the Premier League. That's
yeah, but even after 71, we never retained it in 72. We never retained it in 90, and we never retained it in 92. So it's only that it was the 30s, and then Wenger's never retained the Premiership trophy.
So that's something else they got over on us. And guess what, Lee? How many trophies are there now officially behind us now? What is it, 2, 3? Right on top of it. All of this vaulted talk about, this. I don't hear anything about 115 charges. I care less about 115 charges because we had 115 chances to win game this year. We had 115 times to win a game this year. We had 115 shots on goal to win games this year. When we played Newcastle, we had 0 shots on target. I don't want to hear anything about what they got going on over there. What we had in front of us, we had the control of winning this title. This year, we had the control of winning the title last year. And then if you really want to hammer this thing home a little bit further, crew, you can go all the way back to when we had 4th in our control and we bottled that too. We bottled 4th place, bottled that both times, and then 8th place. So this is serious bottling we've been doing. This ain't just started in the last 2 years, which is what some people want you to start thinking that. It's just these 2 years. Because when we was in 4th, people would say, we finished in 2nd, so that's progress. Okay, we finished 2nd again. Yeah, that's still progress. So I guess we'll finish in 2nd next year. Wrong. If it took City, if it's just not a Premier League era, somebody's won the title or on a pending four times in a row, what the hell make you think we're going to finish 2nd 3 times in a row? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? I'm going to tell you what we're going to finish at next year. Go ahead and book this down. We'll finish out in either 3rd or 5th next year. So you might as well just go ahead and get ready because it's on the way. This is go ahead, Jack.
Did you see, obviously earlier on we were saying about that some Arsenal fans were using VAR as an excuse for yesterday. Yeah.
This club, this fan base loves to lean on
that guy in the comment. Shout out to the guy in the comments. Yeah, the geezer put it in. He said that clubs are going to vote on whether to scrap VAR for next season. Yeah, and I just checked it. Yeah, it's true. What will the excuse be then?
Well, listen, that's a great question as well, by the way. Yeah, sorry, mate. Sorry, bro. Yeah, no, I just want to make this quick point. Yeah. The people that are moaning that, De Bruyne was offside, cool. Yeah, well, guess what? The penalty that 29 won the other day was not a penalty. Yeah, it weren't a penalty. Let's just be real with it. That penalty against Bournemouth was not a penalty. Yeah, so that cancels that out then, lads, as you were.
Lee, they're going to go right back to the old trope of Howard Webb, Phil Dowd, and everybody else that cost us a game before VAR. That's all what's going to happen. They're going to go back to the excuses, to check the excuse. This is excuse FC. This is what this club has become, excuse FC. The narrative is always a narrative to suit whatever is good for them, which is also cognitive dissonance. It's always that same narrative. When the facts of the matter are, we have not.
That's the thing. There's your evidence.
We have not bought proper players. We're had an academy worth of damn in a long time. This manager does not know how to manage a high pressure situation. And we've got players at this club, which I neglected this last night. And I was going to say I was going to bring it up today. When you got a clown like Kai Havertz coming out this weekend.
Fact, I just want to
let's not forget William Saliba as well, because he seems to have run under.
He's on my list as well. Yeah, he's on my list as well. Doing what they did, that lets you know where they stand and where Arsenal is truly in their heart.
I just want to do these. We'll get back in. I just want to do these super chats, guys. There's quite a few of them here. Mate, thanks for that. Should never rely on other teams for Arsenal's failures to win anything, let alone rely on rivals. Very good point, my friend. Very good point.
That's what I said yesterday.
there's a couple of good questions as well. I'll start. Hannah Mehmet says, at least Arteta wins Community Shields. Yeah, yippee-doo. Can't beat that one. El Hulkamana, thank you, mate, for your super chat. I have a different opinion is one thing, but breaking a long-standing rivalry for something we bottled is another. It disrespects to people before you. Yep, absolutely. It is a joke. I mean, Jack, you just brought up about the fact about the VAR thing. And let's just put this one to bed, Warren, now. Let's just put it to bed now, right? I know Turkey's responded on the Big Six. Fine. That's it. End of the story. Yeah. I don't dislike Turkish. He's a nice fella. I supported his channel. Right. Let's leave it now. All right. I don't want this to go into some big kickoff because that's not what I meant. I'm entitled to my opinion. He's entitled to his opinion. Yeah. End of story. Because he's a great friend. He's a great friend of Lee's. He's a great friend of Kenny's. Yeah. Right. I've met him once many years ago. He's a nice guy. But I just have my opinion on belief, and I said what I thought. He can have his say about me. I don't have a problem with it. Yeah, it's not personal. So let's leave it there now. Yeah, it's gone to bed. Leave it. One of the things that really got to me, Lee, I found very irritating yesterday, right? People linking the badges. I've talked about that. We've mentioned it, right? Yeah. Ex-Arsenal players, Walcott, Ozil. Now, right. Now, this is the point here, right? This is the point. They weren't great servants of the club. Ozil was one good season, I would say. One good season. Didn't turn up in the Europa League Cup final against Chelsea, right? He disrespected the manager at the time, Unai Emery, made him look a complete cock. Yeah. Yet he's twerking for Spurs. How dare you come to this football club, right? When you never really gave us what you should have done. You're taking 350 grand a week. I think it was something like that.
Jez, he cost this football club a grand total of £153 million.
There you go. And you're twerking for Spurs. Right?
Yeah.
Just absolute bloody disgrace. So I don't want to hear from you idiots, right? I didn't hear fair play. I didn't hear from Righty. I didn't hear from Omri. I didn't hear from Vieira. I didn't hear from Pires, right? Proper. I didn't hear from Lehman supporting. I didn't hear from Tony Adams.
Yeah, didn't hear from Righty at all. And Righty, we would have thought would have been front and centre. Let's just be real with this.
Hey, Lee, this one hit me this morning. We didn't hear from Kevin Campbell.
O'Leary, right?
Yeah, no Kevin Campbell either. Why? Because they all know what this game means. And I just want to say this as well, because you've made a great point about this, right? Theo Walcott should be more worried about the fact, that he couldn't decide whether he was a striker or a fucking right winger. Yeah, rather than sitting there giving it all of that on his Instagram post. Shut up, mate. Yeah, shut up. Yeah, what a fall from grace for him, right? And I'm not being funny, right? As for Mesut Ozil, we know this guy will twerk for a pound note and for clout and traction anyway. Yeah, he is basically the footballer equivalent of that Mutant Fan TV channel. Yeah? Because do you remember when he was ousted from the team and he was sitting online running polls? Who's going to score the first goal, guys? He was basically a football Twitter account. We were paying him 350 grand a week to sit home tweeting. Yeah, he's the biggest sellout, that we've ever had play for us. We paid that guy 153 million for the fee, for the wages, for the image rights, for the renewal, the whole package, the agent fee, the lot, 153 mil. Yeah. Now let me tell you this. This guy played for Fenerbahce. Would he dare ever come out and put that tweet out saying, "Come on, Galatasaray"? Would he fuck? They would find this out. Knife him, bro. Yeah,
he would
find him and have him up real quick. He would be in a body bag real quick. Yeah, but he knows what he's doing. Yeah, didn't he promise some geezer on the internet? Oh, when we get out of lockdown, I'll come and meet you because you rep me all the time on the internet. Has he met him? No, he ain't. He's full of shit. Yeah, this guy, I've never liked him at Arsenal. I liked him when we signed him. I liked him the first season, and after that, that guy sold out, mate.
Hey, Kenny.
Couldn't be asked. He didn't want to be here.
They're not great players anyway. Which you've mentioned players who were never that great. Phil Walcott was never great as a forward. All right, mate. Phil Walcott is not a legend.
Facts.
Mesut Ozil is not a legend at Arsenal. As I said on Dan's show 2 weeks ago, when I called out Mesut Ozil, Aubameyang, Lacazette, and Guendouzi, I said, mate, the way you treated Unai Emery and the way you sold him out in that final, I'll never forgive or forget what you did. Because at the end of the day, the way you let these guys go on, they're not Henry, they're not Liam Brady, they're not Dennis Bergkamp, they're not Pires. You know, they're not Adams, they're not Bold. Sol Campbell's great for us, and they're not legends. They're just people who play for Arsenal, who got lucky and play for Arsenal, and managed to cultivate a lot of football matches for the club because they were the best around, because the better players were playing at better clubs, and we weren't attracting the best players. If we were attracting the best players during that era, those lot wouldn't even been at the club. None of them.
Hey, Kenny, during that era, that was the era we were supposed to be waiting until we paid off the stadium.
Exactly.
Yeah, which was another scam, which was 20 million a year for 25 years till 2031. But Gary Neville had everyone on strings on Monday Night Football when he first got the gig and told everyone we had to keep selling all of our best players because we're paying the stadium off. The equal share of Sky Sports money paid the 20 million stadium debts every single season and more.
Hey, Lee, and also during that period, Man City was getting their act together. This is why you're dealing with what you're dealing with right now.
And Chelsea were purring.
Yeah, Chelsea was rolling in. Yep.
Bro, it's a disgrace. Listen, this is the thing, yeah? These people have shown their true colours in the last 72 hours. Yeah, we already knew a lot about some of these people anyway, right? We already knew that Mesut Ozil would twerk anyway. We already knew that channel would twerk. We already knew that a lot of these big accounts online that have the most followers online, because they've twerked to get into that position in the first place, they don't know nothing about football, so they just rep a footballer and say he's better than yours, and they play all the games and all of that, yeah? But don't worry, we've got all the receipts, and my mutant show at the end of the season, I'll get them all exposed out here. Yeah, and I'm not having it.
You've got to bring Sky to this, though. You've got to bring Sky.
Sky is the biggest problem in football, mate.
Sky are a virus. Piers Morgan is a virus in himself. I mean, the guy was making a name of himself out of the pandemic. You call it something else.
The thing is, though, Kenny, go on, mate.
Did y'all see the other guy on TalkSport? Did y'all see him?
Who's
Well,
that?
The guy that had on the put on the Spurs shirt and kissed the badge.
Oh, yeah. The guy outside the stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, and said, "Come on, you Spurs, kiss the badge."
Yeah.
Don't worry. I know his
He's
face.
sitting online watching this now, thinking, "What a bunch of toxic gooners."
No.
Yeah.
He's probably sitting on the line and he's thinking, "Please, I hope these lot have not watched it." And that's
He's probably, if he ever goes to games, if he does go to games, good luck to him. Yeah,
Or
but if he gets spotted at games, there's going to be people going to him, "Yo, well done for doing that, mate. It was unlucky we didn't win the league." There'll be another load that'll be on his case.
Yeah, but that the as I said before, the prominent gooners who go online, they're like Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne. They're nothing, or if you want to call them Dick Grayson, they're nothing like their superhero persona on social media. But you know what? I want, you know the reason why I'm calling Sky out. I could have killed, the presenters on there. One of them was Eleanor Roper, trying to demand that we, as Arsenal fans, should back Spurs, even insisting that we should do it. It wasn't like surely.
What was its name? What was its name?
No, her name's Ellen Maropa. There was another prat on there, but she was the one doing all the talking.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. And Arsenal fans are definitely going to be Spurs supporters. You've got to support Spurs. Surely you're going to support Spurs.
Yeah, but this is part of modern football in England only, yeah? Because this is, again, what Sky Sports are doing. You're spot on with Sky Sports. What they're trying to do is they're trying to make everything a family, everything drama, everything great. Watch them on the last day of the season. Oh my God! Yeah, the race for safety, the great escape. Oh, the title race goes to the last day. The top four battle. Well, they can't do that one this year, can they? So that's the Europa League battle. Yeah, they dramatize everything and monetize it in the process. So when they're getting these presenters on there, yeah, I don't even know who that person is, and she's sitting there trying to dismiss and diminish a rivalry in England. Just like that. I beg you go Turkey and do that, love. I beg you go Greece. Yeah, I beg you go Belgrade and do that. Yeah, Partizan and Red Star, I beg you go and do that and say that to their fans. Yeah, I beg you go to Romania and do that in Bucharest, Dinamo and Red Star and fucking Stour. Yeah, I beg you go Barcelona and do that with Espanyol. I beg you go Madrid and do that with fucking with Atleti. Yeah, and Real. Yeah, it's a disgrace, and this is what they're doing. They're trying to dismiss and make everything so, oh, it's soft, it's a journey, it's Disney, it's great. Yeah, it's bullshit. They are the single biggest problem, yeah, on the mainstream media. In terms of the fans are the biggest problem, in my opinion, single biggest problem. But in terms of the media, Sky Sports are the single biggest problem. Why? Because they got the purse strings. They're the ones paying these clubs. Yeah, they're the ones paying the bulk of the money. TNT obviously chuck a load of money in. Yeah, but Sky Sports control the money. They control the narrative. Yeah, and then they control who goes on there to peddle the narrative. Yeah. And now anyone who don't conform ain't on there. Matt Letitia, gone. Yeah, Graham Souness, gone. Roy Keane will be next. They'll get him out.
Oh, and Mercer be gone. Mercer be gone.
Yeah, Mercer be gone soon.
Yeah.
Well, yes, Shearer was never on Sky, but fucking.
If you lose those two, that's it.
Yeah, but this is the thing. When you see these people sitting there, right, sitting there chatting absolute bollocks. I'm so blessed I don't see any of this crap in Spain. Yeah, I only see the little clips that are put out on Twitter. Yeah, that somebody's screen grabbed and that, because Sky Sports is banned in this country unless they want to promote the unicorn mob, the rainbow merchants, and then they'll unblock all of that. Yeah, and I can see everything. Or if it's a protest for the Super League that's going to affect their purse strings, all of a sudden that's available in every region in the world. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, but this is the problem. They dictate the narrative. And the problem is they also, are telling these football clubs to do these fucking team huddles. I'm convinced of it. Even Man City are doing it now. Yeah, all of these arm waves and all of that. Why is that a thing? That wasn't a thing before this season. I swear it's part of the thing. It's part of the subconscious, yeah? Oh, look at me. Yeah, because now what it is, it's all a game. The Premier League, the FA, Sky Sports, TNT, and the Big Six now, yeah, who bring in the majority of the money to the Premier League. Let's just be real with it, right? Man City, Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal, Liverpool, yeah, and City, right? They're the six that bring the majority of the money in, yeah, right? It's all a game. And they're saying like, yo, if you do this and you do that, yeah, then we'll give you this and this. Yeah. And I swear this is happening. Look how many times these clubs, look at David Raya. He run the full fucking, from his goal to the halfway line the other day to do a get in the huddle. You've just had 15 minutes in the dressing room, mate. Yeah, come on. Come on. You've had an hour before kickoff and you're doing it. And every club's doing it, yeah? And this is the problem for me. Sorry, Jez, one sec, and I'll shut up and go for a piss. Right? But this is a problem for me. And the reason it's a big problem, yeah, is because the amount of people who live on every word they say. They sit there. It's not like back in the day when we were watching it and the yellow ticker tape, breaking news. Now you've got Fabrizio breaking it before they do. Yeah, now you've got everyone else breaking it before they do. Yeah, now they're irrelevant. But they're not irrelevant in terms of the money, and they're controlling the narrative by the people they're getting on to push the narrative. And anyone who don't conform, non-conformity, you're out the door. Yeah, look at the take the knee. Yeah, look at the rainbow mob. Yeah, Spurs Stadium last night. Why has that got a massive rainbow flag in the fucking right-hand corner of that stadium?
Exactly.
Yeah. Why? You now take your kid to a game. Daddy, what's the rainbow flag for? Yeah, subconscious becomes conscious. Yeah, and this is a thing that Sky peddle out. They love a drama. Yeah, they love a drama, and they've watched YouTubers like Gold Bitch, like the Mutant Channel, like other people. Yeah, they've watched what YouTubers are doing, and they've gone, right, we'll do the same. Now they're doing watch-alongs. Why? Why? Because they can throw more money at it and get big names.
But the thing is, they've done watch-alongs before. They did this in about 15 years ago. Sky were doing it. I think the thing about it is, right, is that when you got Sky and Sky Sports, you're right about them having to sensationalise everything. But a lot of the producers now are
kids.
They're Jack's age. They're Jack's age. And
hey.
A lot of people, no, but they are.
Mate, look at that Tic-Tac O'Connor twat. Look at that dickhead, yeah? That dickhead works for Sky Sports as an executive producer.
I'm not in the same ballpark.
Tic-Tac O'Connor is about 20-odd years old, works at Sky Sports. Gary Neville mudded him, and he had to deactivate his account on Twitter. This guy works for VBet, who've got an executive box at the Emirates, which is why he was meeting Lacazette and all this lot. right? This guy changed his fucking badge on his Twitter account yesterday to a Spurs badge. This guy owns three other Twitter accounts. Yeah, I can't remember the name of them, but they're news ones where they just copy and paste news articles everywhere. Between his 4 Twitter pages, he's got about 500,000 followers, maybe more. This is who is running the media. He's about 22, 23, 24.
And that Rory talks bullshit.
Oh, fucking don't get me started on him. Yeah,
I know Lee hates that guy.
Swear down, he bottled the debate because he knows nothing about my club. He should stick to Hereford.
I just want to jump in, guys, and do before I lose track of all these. Hannah says AFC should be renamed next season FC. Yeah, that's it. Fact, man. Fact. Good to see you, Ben. Yeah, absolutely, man. Jez, our local team horse, won a trophy last week. Yeah, he did, the Sussex Senior Cup. And Crawley are going to Wembley Sunday, and Arsenal, nothing. Facts. Well said, man. I think next year I'm just going to go watch Horsham because they've done exceptionally well this season. Unique, mate, thank you for your super chat, bro. Panel, unfortunately, the Arsenal DNA we once had no longer exists. As Lee always says, they are paid employees. The days of Adams, Bold, Davis, Thomas, Rocastle, rest in peace, and players like Omri who took on the DNA are gone. Yep, facts, man, absolute facts. It's a joke club now. It's not the club that I used to go and see, that's for sure. I mean, Jack.
Yes,
Jack.
mate.
Right. You know, your fan base.
Yep.
Your fan base. Yeah. You've got to support Brighton to actually stop your other rivals from winning the league. Are you going to do that, mate?
No chance.
Alice, Brighton.
Why would I ever back Brighton for anything? They wouldn't back us for anything. And it's ingrained from me following the club. My first game, I was 4 years old. Yeah, my first game. We beat Spurs 3-0. Since then, I've been in love with the club and that. I would never back Brighton for anything. It's disgraceful, really, isn't it? I get the whole ramifications behind it and that, but couldn't you say I hope City batter Tottenham and hope that West Ham grab something from them instead? Even though you don't want to back West Ham, it's better than backing Spurs. You could have said I want City to smash Spurs but lose to West Ham and hope we win the last 2 games. It's pathetic.
I'm just going to say, people, there's 640 people watching. Smash the likes up, please. It does help the channel. It gets the show out there to get more views. It does help us all. Matty, you know, I'm going to wrap this up shortly because I'm going on another channel at 7 o'clock with Kenny. I mean, can it get any worse, mate? Can it really get any worse?
Yeah, it sure can. I'm not going to say it's not. Yeah, it can. We've seen it get worse. I want people to understand that everybody, this second place, people are automatically, we're going to come back and compete next year. No, it didn't quite work that way. In 2016, now when we finished behind Leicester City, the next year we finished 8th, the year after that 5th, year after that 5th. It's not a guarantee that we'll come right back. Look at Liverpool. Liverpool probably, they probably were thinking years ago, we'll be right back at the top to compete and win it. And look where they are. No, look at Chelsea. United, anybody? Look over there at these teams. Nothing's guaranteed in this Premier League. And we got to start demanding success. We have to demand success. People keep going on about this. Who can compete with Pep? If we would go out and do what we're supposed to do and buy the players that we're supposed to do and get a manager that can get over the line, then yeah, we can compete. It's been done. He's been beat before. Mm-hmm. He was beat this year in the cups that we didn't take serious. So until this club and some of this fan base decides that we want to challenge all fronts and we mean business, then of course we're going to keep just sliding back. And now the new excuse is just who's going to come in and do a better job than Arteta. And my answer will consistently be the manager that wants to come in and get the job done. That's who's going to do better. The players that want to come in, who take this serious. Look at our social media feeds. Look at some of the social media stuff that comes out. It's all laughing and playing. It's all lollygag. It's all just have fun. We need to change the attitude here. We got to get serious. When Man City, I remember the day when Man City came into their new ownership, and it was day one. It was, hey, this is what we're doing. They whiffed on a couple of signings there along the line, but they started adjusting, and before you know it, that was it. They were off and running. Y'all remember when you remember when City snatched the title from United on the last day? What did Ferguson do the next year? Came back with a vengeance. Absolute vengeance. Absolute vengeance.
Ferguson won the title with people like Alex Butner at left back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that. And then what was the other? We had 2 or 3 guys that had played for him. That Macheda, I think, Macheda, whatever his name is.
Makeda, that's it.
Makeda, yeah, Makeda, yeah. And he still won. You know, so
just answer that question, man. Charlotte Smalls, I'd take Inzaghi, mate. You know, I personally myself, I didn't want Emery sacked. Right, I saw potential there. And he went and, well, what's he won since he left us? He's won.
Jez, they never got the players he wanted. They never got the players.
He wanted Zaha from us. He wanted Zaha from us, and they said no.
Yeah.
Kenny, go on.
Well, that's a good point you made, but he was never given the backing from the board. You know, he never got the players wanted, and the players as well. He never got the backing. Fact is, I'll say it again, I'll say it 1,000 times. What happened in Baku from an eye player was ultimate betrayal. It was ultimate betrayal. For people to say, "Oh, he lost the dressing room," it's just lazy narratives.
Yeah,
They betrayed him. And why they did it on the biggest stage possible, I will never know why they did it. But the best thing Arteta's done is that he got payback, and for all of them. And I ain't sorry to see any of them go. I've never got past it. Even though one of them won us the FA Cup the year afterwards, it was never the same for me with him after what happened in Baku. The other one as well, never been the same. But the one I really, really want is Mesut Ozil. He's the one I was always going to come for, and that's the thing. I'm actually ecstatic for Unai Emery that that he's playing, that his team are playing in the Champions League, and he'd get his team in the Champions League. And I wish them the best of luck as long as they don't play Arsenal. But it's bittersweet because that double over Arsenal has actually got them the Champions League. Them beating us home and away is what cemented it and what effed up our chance of winning the league. So if you want to talk about a title killer or a title crasher, no further than the man that we humiliated, Unai. We humiliated him and he got payback because he and his team cost us the title.
Again, after beating us with Villarreal.
And we'd helped you out by beating Liverpool.
Yeah,
true.
And you got a draw at the Etihad.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. Maybe we can celebrate unlocking 29. Maybe that can be a trophy we can celebrate.
You know, there's talk.
Charlotte.
I'll take the hopefully keeping Elise trophy.
There's people saying that we don't even need to sign a striker because he'll score 25 goals next year.
Well,
I hope they're right. Keep this manager for as long as they want. Keep all of these players for as long as they want, because not all of them, because there are a lot of fans out there that have the same thought process as us. However, a lot of them don't put their head above the parapet in fear of getting the amount of abuse leveled at them that we get. And when they've got people like Goldbitch, the Mutant Channel, all these Top Gooners and other channels of fans that don't even support our club telling us how great we are when we've gone 4 years without a trophy, right? They worry, about saying it out loud because of the hate they'll get on it. But there's a lot of people that think same as us, think exactly the same as us. Yeah, but until that's the masses in the stadium, this manager can stay for as long as he wants, according to this lot. Yeah, and the fact that Unai Emery turned up with Villarreal, knocked us out, dumped us out the cup, won the cup with a club that I have more subs on my main channel than they have population in Villarreal. Yeah, and nobody batted an eyelid. Yeah, and now fast forward, he's got top 4 because Tottenham lost after our fans wanted them to win, and after he beat us twice. Yeah, he's sitting in his house laughing his bollocks off, bruv. Yeah, he's going, yo, karma's sweet. Yeah, they deserve everything they get, this lot. Yeah, they deserve everything they get, mate. Yeah, keep him. There's nobody better. Let's hope he don't leave, otherwise we're finished. And you know what's going to happen? And we've predicted this, lads, all the way through, yeah? We predicted exactly how the season would go. Fair enough. I said we'd finish 5th. We ain't. We finished 2nd, but we still ain't won nothing. So Liverpool have had a better season. Yeah, Man U could have a better season.
Yeah.
Let's just be real with it. Yeah, Bilbao have had a better season than us. And they 2 million population. Yeah, right. And how many of that population of 2.3 million can actually play football? Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? They're probably picking from a pool of about 10,000.
The village in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? But this is the thing, yeah, right? Let him keep him, because you know what's going to happen if he walks, which he said in GQ magazine last year that if he was thinking about leaving. Well, if he walks, we've seen this script with Unai. They will not back the next manager. The ownership will not back him like they've backed this manager, and the fans will not back him. And Kenny, you'll be going to games every other weekend, or sometimes back-to-back weekends for back-to-back home games, and they'll be muttering of this manager ain't good enough. Why have we employed him?
The manager has to get the one. He'll never be one of theirs. You know, what they do is they'll hypocritically put avatars of him and showing that, oh yeah, we will back whoever's in charge. But it's not really like that. The only managers Arsenal and the fans have only really ever backed are, in my time, it was, you know, Terry Neal until he became a bit of plonk. I don't think they gave Don Howard the support he needed. I thought he needed. Well, respecting him, but I don't think he got the support he needed. George Graham got the support. And then it was Arsene Wenger. Bruce Wilk got no support whatsoever from the fans. And Unai Emery, the same sort of thing. And I think that's the situation. I'll tell you one thing, talking about Mikel in itself. The 20th of May, the day afterwards, he's going to be hurt. Big time. And I hope the players feel the hurt as well. And I hope the fans feel the hurt as well, because, you know, I'll tell you one thing. If any of these positive guys went up to Unai and tried to say, oh, we did really well, the stats, I think Unai will give him the Glasgow kiss. Sorry, I think Mikel will give him the Glasgow kiss between the eyes. He don't want to hear that. He don't want to hear that. He's the biggest critics of Mikel Arteta, ain't us. It's Mikel Arteta himself. And I say it all the time. He is the biggest critic. Everything we say about, you know, his teams, not so much about his team selections, about the team and how we're developing under him. He's made the same decisions as we have. It wasn't me that would try to sell Martinelli. So I did try to replace Martinelli with Mudryk. I bet Mudryk's regretting going to Chelsea instead of us, because if Mudryk stayed with us. He
phoned up Eddie and started crying down the phone saying, why aren't you putting an extra bid in? He literally did that.
He didn't want to go to Chelsea. Mudryk did not want to go to Chelsea.
He made it up because he's on the payroll. Maybe he made it up because he is a liar.
Yeah, I don't know, but Mudryk thought he was coming to us. Now, if that happened, their precious Martinelli wouldn't have got games. So Mikel's the one who replaced their precious Aaron. It wasn't me or you. It was Mikel. So some of the decisions he's made, further down the line, he's going to be ruthless. And he's going to have to make decisions that these guys ain't going to like. But the problem is, he needs to get a grip and take this league for every point you can get. Because I'll tell you one thing right now, you can't afford to drop points, mate. And it's not with doing Man City. It's just the fact that if you do go to sleep at the wheel, they will pace themselves, and then when it gets to the championship rounds, if they're required to win 17 games in a row, they'll win those 17 games in a row.
Hey, Kenny,
that's why you can't drop.
If you drop points against City, if you, like Kenny said, if you fall asleep at the wheel, City will be the police who come and arrest you and give you 3 points. That's
Kenny,
what City will be.
You're a boxing fan, Kenny. What's the hardest rounds in boxing?
Championship rounds.
Championship rounds.
Yeah.
Championship rounds.
When you start getting, it's all good and well. You come out 100 miles an hour the first 4 rounds, and then by the time you get to round 7 through 11, it's rough. It's rough.
Yeah. What happened to we were preserving all of our energy for the running?
That's what they said. Now that's what they said. You're right. That's what they said.
Yeah. Let's just be real with it.
This question from Sim. quite interesting, actually. Would you consider the season being a success if we finished 5th and won an FA Cup, not even take the piss? Yeah,
absolutely.
We won a trophy.
Go ask United if they beat City in weekend after next.
I actually said at the start of the season I would finish 10th and win the League Cup, and I'd let him have another go.
Lee, you remember your fan cam? You did a fan cam with Kenny after Newcastle beat you. Was it 1 or 2-0?
1-0.
Was it the season you missed out on Champions League? And when Kenny said in that this season is not a success because we haven't won a trophy this year.
Yeah,
and it was you'd finished in the same position each year. So he said this season's not a success. We didn't finish it. We didn't win a trophy this year.
Listen, Jack, this is where most Premier League fans or supporters of Premier League clubs, they think that finishing second to City is more successful than winning an actual trophy. Because the way Sky Sports have dressed up how great City are and the way they've dressed and dramatized up every single thing. Then you've got all the channels gassing up Arsenal. You've got all the Arsenal fans crying that they don't ever get any love in the media. Like that stops Arsenal winning. Do you think Super Duper Big cares whether Jamie O'Hara rates Arsenal? Do you think he cares? He don't even know who Jamie O'Hara is. Who cares? Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, but that's the problem. That's with social media, though. A lot of Arsenal fans, like I said, they got a very inflated view of their own importance. They generally believe that they set the tone, they set the mood of the fan base. They believe it, and I think a lot of fans, even Spurs fans and opposition fans, are so right about our fans. You can't talk about Arsenal unless you're praising them after they win, and that's
why every fan base pretty much banters Arsenal all the time. Doesn't matter who you are. You can be 15
fans on the internet.
That's why people hate. That's why people hate like the mouthy Arsenal fans and want them to fail so they can laugh at them.
Look at the other season.
Like that Pratt Well beast.
World Cup. We were top of the table before the World Cup, and Sonic Cecil's out here with a T-shirt on at Christmas, with a cup of tea in his hand, with Arsenal champ. Like, what are we doing here? These men are doing dances outside stadiums, signing a player. Yeah, like this is where we're at. These people will do anything for traction. Yeah, whether it be that or that or that person or that person or that person. And they're so insecure.
Party TT.
Yeah, they're so insecure. Fan base. Right, Man City fans, people can bang on about there's no Man City. I've been to the Etihad about 5 times. Every time I've been, it's sold out. Yeah, so they can waffle about the empty had and all of this crap. Yeah, I've been 4, maybe 5, 6 times. Yeah, maybe 5 or 6 times. Yeah, every time I've been, it's been sold out. Yeah, and let me tell you something now. Yeah, their fans are a lot louder than Chelsea fans. Yeah, and I've been to Stamford Bridge more. Yeah, and
City's away fans are good as well.
And this is the thing, yeah. But it's just a great excuse to bash Man City with. Oh, the empty had. They got tickets. Oh, they gave their allocation back for Wembley. Yeah, because they were boycotting and protesting. Yeah, they were protesting, but people don't want to do that because that won't get the clicks. And when these football clubs have sold out to the social media side of it, which they have, yes, social media isn't a true reflection of everything, whether it be life or football, but the football clubs play on the social media fans. Yeah, which is why they peddle out. Oh, looking good, Sir Alex. Man United put out on their Facebook page. Looking good, Fergie.
As Kenny said, that's why they get their gigs on Sky Sports.
Exactly. That's what. But you got to remember another thing as well. It is for a purpose because the fact is, before social media, there wasn't that much communication between Arsenal, the Arsenal Football Club and the diaspora. Because the other day, you can communicate with your fans in London and other parts of the country and the UK, but we now got a diaspora, expats or fans who fall in love with the club. So I think social media, is a tool for the club in order to promote the club. Have for instance, if Arsenal want to do sort of like an international day or an international watch along, or do a watch along involving people through Zoom, they can do that. And I think that's where social media comes in. And that's where people are looking towards social media because, this is going to be a discussion in itself. The 39th game, I'm telling you all now, and Matty will agree with me this, it's happening. The reason why it's happening is because there's a market for that 39th game. And the reason why there's a market for that 39th game, because people like Matty and Mickey Feinberg come over here at least 3 or 4 times a year to come and watch our great club. And not only do they go and watch our great club, they'll go and watch. They've got memberships at other London clubs so they can watch football because they're not buying them MLS. It's not enough for them to have Arsenal play Man United in a friendly and dress up a tournament. No. And another reason why it's going to happen is because those guys will fill the stadiums.
We get it at Palace. We get foreign supporters from like China and that come over to us.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. Every club gets that, yeah, and that ain't really a problem. Like I went to Anfield, yeah, when we just signed Lacazette. It would have been his debut if he'd played with Kolasinac. Yeah, and there was, again, they were Chinese couple. After the game, we'd just been absolutely spanked. Do you remember when Salah on the whole length of the pitch when Bellerin did the Cruyff turn and fucked it up? And Salah had the freedom of Anfield. At the end of the game, yeah, we're all seething. We were singing all the way through that game. We're effing shit for 40 minutes straight. Yeah, at the end of the game, they were asking us to move out the way so they could, and they were in the away end, asking us so they can move. We can move out the way. They set the tripod up to take a picture of Anfield. You were taking a piss. It's like, come on. I get that you're on holiday. I get that you want to go and catch a game. I get all of that. People do that, whether it's in England, America, wherever you are. Yeah, if we go to America, if I go to America, I want to go and catch a Lakers game, for example. I get it, but at least respect the people that go week in, week out. Yeah, at least have a little bit of like decorum and go, yo, karma. Yeah. When what's the guy's name? Flo Zanelli. You've met him, Kenny. Yeah, we met him at Stamford Bridge. Do you remember the Australian guy?
That's right. Yeah, they did. Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah. Is he the one that used to be in Claude's chat all the time? He was in Claude's chat.
He was absolutely class. We got him I got him a ticket in the North Bank. Yeah, I can't remember what game it was. Yeah, he was starting the chants.
From what I've seen, he's a good
lad. People are looking
lad.
at him that are born and bred, raised in that area, looking at him like he was an alien. They were like, "Why is he singing?" Yeah, and so it works both ways. I get it, but at the same time, yeah, what pisses me off with this, yeah, is it's like doesn't matter where you live or where you were born or whether you can get to games or not get to games, yeah. But just don't take the piss out of people that have seen it, breathed it, lived it. Don't be out here calling them X, Y, Z because they don't back the manager you back or the player that you rate. Yeah, and that's where I get the ump of it. Because listen, if you go to England, you want to catch an Arsenal game, then get a Fulham and a Chelsea game, cool, do that. Yeah, but have a bit of respect when you're in there. Yeah,
I ain't dissing them. The Chinese fans that come to us, they're lit. They fucking go home and away, everything. Yeah, and then we've got quite a big support in America as well. I've seen like our American fan groups and that. They're always supporting.
That's the thing for me, Jack. Yeah, right. There's a lot of Chinese fans that support Wolves. Yeah, because they're owned as Chinese. Yeah, and I know people that support Wolves, and they're like, "Yo, they're starting the chants." You got Wolverhampton, born and bred, looking at them like freaks.
Look at Tottenham. You know, people from South Korea.
Yeah,
Tottenham. But I think it's going to happen. And I think the thing with football is right. Football has two customers, but there's only one customer they care about. The customer they care about is the customer that will pay them basically $1 million over 4 years to have the right to watch their games, to transmit their games to their cities across their particular country, i.e. NBC, Optus Sports,
Design,
all those people, being in, that's the customer they respect. But the customer they don't respect are the match-going fan. The reason why I don't respect the match-going fan or the guy who subscribes to Sky TV, because let me tell you something now, the match-going fan only pays £2,000, between £1,000 and £2,000 for a season ticket, and the armchair fan only pays between £90 to £150 for their Sky subscriptions. Who are you going to value more? The guy who pays billions of pounds for the TV rights, or the guy that pays £90 to £150 for his Sky subscriptions, or TNT, what they call them, or a football fan who only pays between £1,000 to £1,500 per season? Of course, you're
millions.
Of course, you're going to respect the customer that pays millions. They're the ones you're going to value, and I think that's where the thing is. We're a sure thing, because if we don't go and watch Arsenal play, who cares? Someone else will take our place. That's the world we live in. We are one group of customers who are not right, but the ones who pay the billions of pounds, they're right, because the fact is they've spread the Premier League to the diaspora, and that's the thing. It's not the football; it's the Premier League.
Kenny, the only times they gave a shit about the fans was when that whole Super League stuff was out, and then they was and Neville and Carragher was saying, "Oh, make sure you write to your local MP and all this stuff." Right? You cared then, yeah, but then now that's over with. You've forgotten about the fans again.
Yeah, because
that Super League will come back.
Of course it would. But what if Sky had the TV rights? Would they be worrying about it?
No, Neville and Carragher would still be there.
Yeah, they wouldn't be getting the. And you know how Sky did it? They didn't get Jamie Redknapp, who's born in Hampshire. They didn't get Paul Mercer, who's born in Norfolk. They didn't get
Theo.
Or Theo, who's born in Buckinghamshire. Sorry, Middlesex. They got the two most northern presenters out there to basically preach the virtues of Premier League and talk about the devils of the Super League, who a Scouser and a Manc, who basically are millionaires, but they'll for that period they were just working class as football fans, and working class made good. That's how Sky finesse people. It's a game. But we all play
like
it.
The ones,
we want to watch football. We played the game.
Like the ones who said the World Cup in Qatar's wrong and everything like that. They still went out there and got their paychecks.
Yeah, Alex Scott blocked me. I showed a picture of her on the beach in Dubai. I said, "What are you saying now?" Very quickly, Tiki Taka Twat, who changed his profile picture to a Spurs badge yesterday. Twitter doesn't let you change your picture back until after review, so stop telling me to change it. I'm stuck with these losers for the time being.
Well, that's what you get, mate, for playing with fire.
It and say bollocks, you can't change it.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this up because
that's hilarious.
Because I'm joining Kenny over on Dan Potts' show a little bit later.
Half an hour.
That'd be an interesting chat. Matty, thanks as always coming on. Thanks for coming on last night, late night stream. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant chat. Your passionate rant was amazing, mate. Shout your show out, your stream out, sorry, and what you got coming up, bro.
Appreciate it, Jez. So last night recorded the match reaction up on my channel as well. You can go check that out. Today, having a not necessarily an emergency meeting, but definitely having a meeting today at 9 p.m. UK time, 5 p.m. USA time with a couple of the guys. If anybody's around and want to join, just let me know. I'll send a link, and we're gonna be chatting it up tonight. And
what time is that, mate? What time?
That is it'll be 9 p.m. UK.
9 p.m. Oh, I'll be on my watch along.
A live one, yeah.
Yeah. So
I'll be on Man U watch along, man.
Yeah. So we'll be doing that, and then
send
tomorrow.
Send me the link. I'll see if I can join, bro.
Okay, we'll do. And then Friday, TJ Warren reached out to me and asked me would I come on to American Idiot. So I'll be joining the American Compatriots this coming Friday. So that's it.
Cool, man. Cool. Nice one. Thank you, bro.
And thank you again, bro.
Kenny, everybody's begging you to do YouTube. I know you don't want to do it.
I told you guys why. It's hard work, and you know you have
Kenny's
to have
pork chop grillings. That's what you should call it.
No, I don't know. No, it is. I think, Dave, I told you, I don't do it. I'm the sort of person who's scared to even invite people for a birthday during a birthday party, because how do you go up to someone and say, "Oh, do you want to come to a birthday party?" I wouldn't have the balls to do that. So to have a YouTube channel and try to get guests on, I just haven't got the confidence to do that, because Dave, why would anyone want to come to my birthday party? And why would anyone want to come on my YouTube channel? Because it looks like hard work. That's what it is. You know what I mean? I've always had that kind of, I'm confident in a lot of things, but to actually ask people to come to something I created, I don't know.
We'd do it, Kenny. We'd all come on. You know that.
Yeah, but it still takes the courage to ask people. To and what if how you doing, mate, Christopher? What if what I'm like with technology? What if it all goes wrong and my internet goes down when I set up a show? I don't think I'll live it down.
No, mate. Shout out your Instagram, man, please.
Yeah, it's at Kenny Ken 1972. Yeah,
Thank
so
you,
I'm with you and Dan, and then apparently hopefully Lady Chan, my boxing partner, is going to have something up because an ex-boxer, ex-heavyweight champion is going to be on there tonight. Hopefully, Tim Witherspoon.
Oh,
Yeah, beat Frank Bruno.
Tim Witherspoon, that's big stuff.
Yeah, the Tim Witherspoon. Yeah, so fingers crossed she doesn't change her mind because I can only do it tonight. I won't be able to do it on Thursday and Friday. And obviously, you got the big fight: Tyson Fury versus Usyk. But the football comes. I could do cricket. But all these guys.
Let's not go down this cricket route again, Kenny. Come on.
All these guys hate cricket.
no, that ain't happening.
Christopher and everyone else. I can't do a cricket a show.
Kenny, do you reckon
Lee would be doing a run?
Fury? Do you reckon you could do John Fury? Like John Fury, I know he headbutts the skinniest guy in the room.
Go on,
yeah, do you reckon
with John Fury?
Do you reckon you could do him?
My name's John Fury. I'm a fighting man.
I'm a fighting man. But I'd only fight the skinniest man in the room. Yeah, I headbutt him when he's not looking.
Anyone that has about my son is going to get a big head.
That's a good accent, Kenny.
I'm John Fury, and I'm a fighting man. Tyson Fury's dad. The best
Carl
heavyweight.
Froch and Tony Bellew made him look stupid.
Yeah.
Josh, Mammoth Fossey's popped some gooner in the chat.
Appreciate that, Mama.
His channel link. Jack, mate, as always, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, mate.
Giving us your neutral opinion. Thank you as always. And we'll be on again this very show very shortly. Lee, mate, as always, thank you for joining. Thanks for doing the Lee raid today for me. Thank you very much. Late night last night was absolutely fired. Biggest views I've ever had from you boys on there ever on my channel live. So thank you for joining me.
Wait to Sunday.
Wait
to Sunday. Wait to Sunday.
Yeah. Well, Lee's is going to be absolutely 1 million views, I think, on when he does his late emergency meeting job. So thanks everybody for joining. And Lee, mate, what you got coming up tonight, bro? You're doing a watch along?
Yeah, man, watch along. I'm going live in probably about half an hour. Yeah, about half an hour, maybe. Yeah, about 45 minutes. I'm going live for Man United Newcastle. We will be there. And I guarantee Newcastle put up a better fight at Old Trafford than we did at the weekend, although we did win. Go and check out the near 3 hour stream I did earlier if you got 3 hours spare.
That was brilliant. Loved it.
Yeah, man. And listen, we just say it as it is, and that's why we get a lot of people gravitate to us because we say it as it is.
There's been more emergency meetings than there has at 10 Downing Street. the amount of emergency meetings is mad.
Do you know what? Going forward, I'm going to call it an emergency meeting every week because it rattles people. So yeah, Sunday. Listen, hopefully West Ham get a result. It's highly unlikely. In fact, it's not happening. Let's just be real. We've not bottled it. We've effed it up. Last year we bottled it. This year we've effed it up, and it's 4 years of failure, lads. 4 years. So keep Super Duper Mick for another 4. In fact, by Christmas he would have had the job for 5 years.
Hey.
That's over halfway to the 9-year trophy drought Wenger went on.
You know, Charlotte Smalls, she's asked who should I said, obviously I went Inzaghi, but wouldn't it be Arsenal if they gave the job to, say, Mikel Arteta resigned? Can you imagine Gareth Southgate managing us?
No, get out of here.
No. I will literally change the channel to Lee.
I like that one.
Lee Madriska. Yeah.
Oh, my. No.
If we sign Gareth Southgate, yeah, the channel will be changed to Lee Madrista or something. Yeah, and I'll just stream Real Madrid watch logs.
Yeah, but apparently, I'm hearing that according to McAteer, he's odds on to replace Ten Hag at Man United.
Oh, we will be there for that. Oh, that's all peak banner. Yeah, we will be there.
Love that.
Not to Arsenal, mate. No, thank you.
Thanks for having me on, Jez. Appreciate it, man. Big up the panel in the chat as well. Make sure you sub to everyone on here.
Thanks for everything. Had a good laugh. Good gig.
Thanks to all the people who left me super chats. I never asked for them. Thank you anyway. It's very decent of you. Just last before we go, young Connor. But second is a trophy. There you go. Yeah, thank you, mate.
Real one.
Connor's taken the piss, obviously. But We're going to do the outro, get out of here. And Kenny, I'll see you in a little while on Dan's show. Lee, have a great watch along tonight. Matty, send me the link. If I can join, I will join you.
Will do, brother.
And Jack, as always, thank you. Thanks everybody in the chat for joining in. It's been some great comments, great questions, and it's been a great laugh, as always. And we're out of here, people. Take care.
All the way out.
Arteta out, you prick.